What is up, 7th grade? Today is lesson 91. We're talking about evaluating with positive and negative numbers. So this is something we've kind of done before, evaluating, but we've kind of done it with just positive numbers in the past. So now we're also going to throw in negative numbers as well. And the main thing you need to remember when you're evaluating with stuff like this is just, what does this symbol mean? If x equals -2, what does that mean? It means that x and -2 are the same thing. They're equal. So even you could say like x's other name is -2, or 2's other name is x. Same thing with y is equal to -3. That means y's other name is -3. So what we can do, here's example 1. It says evaluate this expression if x is -2 and y is -3. So we want to find out, how does this simplify down if the value of x is -2 and if the value of y is -3. So what we're going to do is we are going to use x is equal to -2 wherever we see x. And we're going to use y is the same thing as -3 wherever we see y. So we're going to do that using parentheses. So we're going to say x, which is the -2, minus x, which is still -2, then that's multiplying by the y, which is the -3, and then subtracting the y, which is -3. So just for clarification, wherever we saw the x, we used the -2, and wherever we saw the y, we used the -3. So this would read x minus x times y minus y. Now that we have these plugged in, now we just simplify them down using those order of operations. So right here in the middle, those are multiplying, so I'm going to do that first. So -2 times -3, those have the same sign, so that's going to come out to be positive. -2 times -3 comes out to be +6. So I'm going to have -2 minus 6 minus -3. Let's see if we can change my negative signs to addition. So this is going to be -2. Instead of subtracting a 6, I'm going to add the opposite of 6. And instead of subtracting -3, I'm going to add the opposite of -3, which is 3. So I could add any two of these first, but I'm going to go and just add these two first. So those two have the same sign, so I'm just going to add them together. 2 plus 6 is going to be 8. I'm going to keep that same sign, which is -8. Then I'm going to add to that 3. I'm going to add those two together. Those have different signs, so I'm going to subtract. 8 minus 3 is going to be 5, and I'm going to keep the sign of the quote-unquote bigger one, the one that's further from 0, so 8. So my answer is going to be -5. So whenever I evaluate this expression, when x is -2 and y is -3, I get -5. Let's do one more. It says Nikki says the solution of the equation 3x plus 5 equals -1 is -2. Show how Nikki can check her work. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this equation, 3x plus 5 equals -1, and we're going to see, is x equal to -2? Well, to find out, we're going to plug in and see where x is -2. I'm going to plug in that -2 for x. So we're going to say 3 times -2 plus 5 equals that -1. Again, that -2 came from here because x is -2, and we plugged in x, used x's other name. So 3 times -2, those have different signs, it's going to be negative. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 5. And really we're kind of checking that. Is that the same thing as negative 1? Combine these together here on the left. Those have different signs, so I'm going to subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. Keep the sign of the one that's further from 0, so the negative 6. So is negative 1, is it the same thing as negative 1? Well, yes, negative 1 is equal to negative 1. So that means Nikki's solution of negative 2 is correct. Alright guys, I think you can do this on your own now. You're going to do awesome. Let me know if you need any help.